All right, so we have something on Nick Bosa that's really, really good. This is from former Arizona Cardinals GM Steve Keim, talking about the time that he and former Arizona Cardinals coach Cliff Kingsbury met with Nick Bosa ahead of the 2019 draft.
Colin, I have a funny story for you. When Cliff Kingsbury and I got together, to go to see players and have dinners, we went to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and had dinner with Nick Bosa prior to the draft,
Yeah.
and loved him. Obviously, our highest graded guy on the board, amazing in every way. The only thing you had to even say was a negative was probably if he got injured in the future, which you couldn't forecast.
Yeah.
So we were leaving the dinner, and we were walking out of Mastro's in Fort Lauderdale. And I'll never forget, he puts his arm around me and Cliff Kingsbury, both of us, in basically a headlock. And he said, "I think you guys are probably going to end up taking that little quarterback. And if you do, he looked over at me and said, Steve, I will haunt you for the rest of your career."
I love that.
And Colin, we got into the SUV, Cliff and I did, to go back to the hotel. And I remember we both looked at each other with wide eyes and said, "Man," I just said to Cliff, I said, he can't catch him." And he really never did, which was a good thing.
And despite what Steve Keim said there at the end, I think it's going better for Nick Bosa and the 49ers than Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. And Steve Keim is no longer the GM. Cliff Kingsbury is no longer the head coach. Nick Bosa is reigning Defensive Player of the Year, about to get paid. I think what he said at Mastro's Steakhouse in South Florida back in 2019 was true. If I'm Arizona, I would have rather drafted Nick Bosa than Kyler Murray. 49ers are happy that the Cardinals didn't, though, that's for sure.